All right. So getting into our workout today, Hero WOD Heidi. It's a 23-minute AMRAP. So that means as many rounds or reps as possible in those 23 minutes. And everything is nice and cleanly set out in 23s. So we've got 23 air squats, 23 push-ups, 23 kettlebell swings, or ground to overheads, depending on what equipment you have, 23 jump lunges, 23 sit-ups or plank taps, depending on the variation you would like to use, and then 23 box jumps, jump squats, or step-ups. I don't have a box to jump up onto, so I'm going to be doing jump squats for this rather. So we're gonna play and work with whatever equipment that you guys have. What you will need, if you don't have one, is a kettlebell. You could also substitute a dumbbell or even a water bottle or a plate. So if you have a plate handy, you can use those for ground to overheads instead of the kettlebell swings. And ideally a box, a chair, a stool. If you don't have that, you can do the jump squats like myself, or if you're not comfortable jumping up onto a box, you can use the box for step ups. So if you're going to do step ups, you're doubling the reps for 23. Before we get started, if you have music you want to throw on, go ahead, because I'm not going to put any on for this workout. And we're going to start with a basic warm-up going through all of these movements, essentially. So let's start with a mobility squat or a toe grab squat. So we're going to reach our hips back, bend our knees, grab under our toes, pull our butts down to the mat, knees outside of the hip or the elbows, and then coming to stand. So really trying to open up through the hips here, okay? And we're going to go through 10 of these. And each time you do this, see if you can sink your hips a little bit lower and see if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears, okay? Because a lot of the time I see people, shoulders all tight and tense. We're gonna try to relax right now. There's a lot of time to get tense for this workout. Two more. Picking up the pace a little bit. Good. Now we're moving into a little push-up mod. So we're going to go into a tabletop position, okay? From our tabletop position, you can stay here or you can come to a full plank. I'd like you to do 5 scapula push-ups, and then we're going to do 5 chaturangas coming back up. So that yoga position where you lower with control and then kind of go into that up dog, okay? So plank or modified from your knees or tabletop. Pinch our shoulder blades together and push away for 1. Really trying to get some movement between the shoulder blades. 5 reps here. And then that eccentric push-up into chaturanga, up dog, and then back. Lowering all the way is going to be the full variation, but if you need to mod and only come to your knees, that's fine too, okay? So either one is fine. 5 of these. Good. Coming to standing, using your weight, whatever weight you're planning on using, or if you don't have it, the modification can be hands behind your back. We're going to do a good morning, okay? So good morning means my feet are nice and wide, about mat width or wider. I'm going to have a slight bend in my knees. I'm going to reach my hips back, squeeze my glutes to stand, okay? The key here is try to minimize the amount of bend in your knees. So we're just hinging. You can narrow your stance so it's more of an RDL if you like. We're going to do 10 of these. Inhaling as you lower, exhaling as you come up. Good. Good. Setting our weights down. We're going to do 5 reverse lunges per leg and then 5 jump lunges. So hands on the hips, stepping back with your right foot to 5 o'clock, coming down, stepping forward, and then left foot goes to 7. Okay? If you can, just a gentle tap of the knee down to the ground. Knee should kiss the floor. And now let's add the jump, okay? So meet in the middle if you have to, or if you feel comfortable, switching right in, go ahead. 5 each leg. Good. Next, we have sit-ups, okay? So let's warm up our core here. We're going to do a dolphin sit-up first for 5. So you can either bend a knee or legs extended, biceps by the ears. We're going to lift our upper back and shoulder blades up. Come down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And then same thing with the legs, either both together or one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exercise for our warm-up, we've got our box jumps or jump squats. So let's do a pulse or cyclist squat. So let's squat down, little pulse at the bottom and come up. We're going to do 5 here, okay? And then we're going to do 5 jump squats. Good. Okay, so we're going to go over movement standards quick, and then we're going to get into the workout. For people who have already done it that I've talked to, most people are averaging anywhere from 7 to 11 rounds. So let that sink in. 7 to 11 times 23 of everything. That's a lot of volume. So the biggest thing here is pace yourself. For instance, I'm probably going to split up the air squats and the push-ups, so I don't totally gas myself. Same with the jump lunges. So figure out, maybe where you think in this workout you're going to maybe struggle, and then we can always modify down or try to break up your reps earlier so you don't completely gas yourself from the get-go. Air squats, pretty basic, but we want our hip at knee level or lower. If you can't do that, you can always squat to a chair or your box or your stool. Push-ups, coming all the way down and chest touching the ground. You can also modify from your knees or an elevated surface, but the key thing is that chest contact. If you want to make it harder, you can even do hand release push-ups. Kettlebell swings, working that hinge pattern. So hips coming back, and I'm squeezing my glutes to pop the weight up, okay? And watching here that we don't round, okay? If you've got a plate or a dumbbell, you want to do ground to overheads, same idea, okay? Ground, and we're going to go to overhead, okay? Just to make it a little bit harder, because you're probably using maybe lighter weight. Jump lunges, okay? Be explosive, land with control, try not to smack your knee on the ground. Full rep is tapping of the knee. You can modify to reverse or forward lunges as well, or walking lunges. It's 23 total, so make sure you're always alternating which leg you lead with, so you're not doing all those extra reps on the one side, okay? Sit-ups, 2 options. So, feet together, coming back. This is going to be my option. It's a shorter distance, or you can do knees together, but the key is to tap your laces, okay? Modification, because I do have some pregnant people who are going to be doing this workout, you can do plank shoulder taps, okay? Any sort of plank shoulder tap, even like a wide mountain climber from your knees or your toes is totally fine, or elevation as well. And then lastly, box jump. So if you're doing the jump, 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing, and then step down, okay? If you don't have a box, you're just gonna do the jump squat like I'm gonna do. So coming down and up, thinking about full extension at the top, so my arms come back, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders are in extension, and then coming down, again, hips at or below the knee level. Step ups, you can just step up onto something, and again, it's gonna be 23 total. Actually, no, I said 23 per leg. 23 per leg. Okay, so it's a little bit longer. So because we've got that explosive element with the jumping, if you're doing the step ups, you're gonna double the reps and do 23 per leg. Cool? All right, let's get started. So I'm going to run a 23-minute timer. Grab your water bottle. You can rest as much as you need to. And like I said, pace yourself. Feel free to break up the reps early because it's 23 minutes. You can count your rounds and your reps as you see fit. Okay, I'll try to give you some updates throughout the workout. Starting in 10 seconds with those air squats. 3, 2, 1. Moving right into those push-ups. For the push-ups, I'm doing 8-8-7. Those are kind of the reps I decided I was going to stick to. Hopefully it lasts. Shaking it out. Moving into those swings or ground to overhead. Then jump lunges. Jump lunges I'm going to do in sets of 5 because I did a workout last week with jump lunges and I died pretty quick. So I'm repping in 5s here. Good, sit-ups, yes. We're 3 minutes in already. Good job, guys. And box jumps or jump squats. Good, make sure you get nice and low on those squats, or if you're stepping down, make sure you land softly, no rolled ankles. Make sure those hips open at the top of your squat as well. I lost count. Whew. Back to the push-ups. I think I might do sets of 5. Notice how I'm actually resting though, like coming up. Don't hang out here for your push-up rest. You're still using those muscles. Did I miss the jump line? Oops, I switched the order. Whew. Oh, I'm gonna regret switching that order right about now. Whew. Good job, guys. 14 minutes left. Just under 11 minutes left. You guys got this. Keep going. Minutes, guys. We're at the second half of this. Eight minutes left, guys. You got this. Keep going. Do what you can, even if it's singles, okay, or doubles. Good work. Seven minutes. Six minutes. go, guys. Five minutes left. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. You got this. Keep going. Keep going. We can do this. Yeah, one more. Whew. 3:30 left. Let's keep going. Whew. 3 minutes left. Let's go. Good work, guys. Lock those elbows out. Ugh. Two minutes. Ugh. Ugh. 90 seconds. Sixty seconds. Here's where we gotta dig deep, okay? 30 seconds. Push through, guys. You can do it. 20. 10 seconds. Let's go. You got it. You can do it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Whew. Oh yeah. Whew. And that's what it's all about. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Heidi, for your service. And let's remember those who we've lost in these last couple weeks and their families. And you know, that last little push, that was for them, right? So stretch out your quads, stretch out your pecs. Or do a lap around the block, cool down. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me today. I honestly appreciate it so much. I know they did as well. And yeah, you guys rocked it. Air high fives. You're amazing. Thanks so much.